yes. Above us lie two sleeping cherubs, whose every whim is our command, our very doom. Our destiny lies, ladies and gentlemen, in the hands of two capricious angels, who deal out love and rebuff with equal relish and equanimity. Innocent, they lie dreaming their dreams of candy floss clouds and sugar plum daisies as the great wheel of time.
Cut to the chase, Tinkerbell.
It appears you prefer it straight from the hip.
Pew! Sorry, just couldn't help myself.
Okay, but look, it is like this. This toy box is not bottomless, and Christmas is just around the corner. So there comes time when one has to take stock, to rationalise, evaluate priorities, establish need. Black sack attack.
You're right, Dolly.
Her name's very proper, that's not Tinkerbell.
If ignorance is bliss, you're ecstatic.
Hang on a minute. Do you mean to say you're going to get rid of us?
Not all of you, Edward. One of you. See, the time has come for us to admit what it is we actually bring to the party. Oh, go away, Dolly.
Okay, so it's me, isn't it?
Actually, I'm not quite there yet.
Well, it can't be me, because I'm absolutely essential.
Really, Jack and Box? And why is that?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Be still, my beating heart.
Don't worry, Raggy. It can't be you. You're much too necessary. I never know when to finish that word. Anyway, it's Jack that needs to worry.
Oh, I suppose you're right. He's not exactly eclectic, is he?
No, I think you wind him up, actually.
You rotten little plagiarist! That was my idea!
Well, it's one thing to have an idea, it's quite another to put it off with wit and panache.
Yeah, but it's not easy to come up with your own ideas when you only got a spring for a brain, is
I'm
it?
gonna wrap your spring right round your nail!
Leave it, Raggy. It's not worth it.
Right, you Madge. Here it is, packaged and ready to ship out to Oxfam.
Yeah, but it can't be him, can it? He's in his own box. Never gets put in the toy box.
A good point, Combat Kev.
Whose side are you on, Kev?
Mine? Here, has anybody seen my gun, by the way?
Alright! Well, it's not a telescope, is it?
No, it's not! It's a replica Gunter & Schloss GPL 4A 9.32mm semi-automatic carbine with anti-personnel grenade launcher and APX night sight, actually. You're lucky to still have your head on your shoulders, my girl.
Well, at least you wouldn't have lost anything sensitive.
Steady on, Kev. It's not a real one.
Well, she could have poked her eye out or something. She's got beautiful eyes as my Dolly.
What?
Oh, my commie.
Dolly, for the last time, I'm not a commie, thank you very much.
No, I put you down slightly to the right of Millwall.
Here you are, Ted. You sit on this. Right! So, you've been using your feminine wiles to wheedle your way into Kev's affections, have you, Dolly?
That's the first time I've heard the word Wiles and Dolly in the same sentence.
A little respect would not go amiss, Kev.
No, Ted, that's the whole point. You wouldn't normally think of Dolly as having anything to stop the top of her head caving in, least of all Wiles. Even Combat Kev could see that.
Thank you.
And all he's got between his ears is a lever to make his eyes go left and right. The point is that our Dolly Tony here has got a self-made department representative and an ally in the form of our Kev here, who just so happens to be the only toy in the nursery who is never put down by his nibs up there.
Don't I know it? Blowing up the bird table one minute, trying to find new and imaginative ways to stick my big toe in my own ear hole the next. The boys are saying this.
Oh, but Kev, Ted, she's managed to do this with nothing but oxygen for brains.
But I can use my head, can't I, Commie?
We know you can use your head, Dolly. How else would you know what a telescope is?
Astronomer Ken took me up to his observatory and showed me his.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Now leave it, Raggy. What's the matter?
Look, I'll tell you what the matter is, Ted, my old son. She's not being played with. Are you, Raggy Pants? The only one to have you out in the nursery in this last week has been that naughty pussycat, hasn't it? Is Raggy Pants losing her appeal? What do you think, Fairy Crackernuts? You see, ladies and gentlemen, most toys serve a purpose. Take me. I teach resource, endeavour, cunning and wild. In our modern world of danger and acrimony, I teach our little cherubs how to toughen themselves up to meet the onslaught of adult life head on. I've got guns and harpoons, and I've got grenades and a tank with an even bigger gun, and I've got ropes to climb up and hang people with. I've got stuff. Well, you said it yourself. I'm the only toy his nibs up there never puts down. Now then, how about adorable Dolly over here? Well, where shall I start? Well, as you can see, Dolly's virtues stand out for themselves. And as for Teddy here, well, Teddy does hugs, don't you, Ted?
That's right, mate. Hugs is what I do.
Yeah, lovely. And as for Jack, well, your Jack in the Box is a nursery staple, isn't it? Combines mystery, puzzlement, surprise and laughs a go-go. And he, as I've already indicated, has a box of his own. And therefore, technically, does not fall within the scope of the Toy Box Rationalisation Programme, does he, the old China? Yeah, well, so that just leaves old Sadsack over here. Try as I might, I can't quite bring to mind what use a rather tired-looking sack of potatoes might be to the nursery entertainment department.
The only reason we have a world full of danger and acrimony out there is because we have people like you and angel trolls here running the place.
Excuse me.
No, I won't. Not one bit. So come back, Kev. You think Dolly's virtues are self-explanatory, do you? What are they then?
Well, you know.
No, I don't know. What are they? Other than propping up the nursery food chain.
She is something to be aspired to. She is beauty personified. She is the very image of woman as man would create her. Youthful, sweet, vivacious, vulnerable. She is a message to all self-respecting women everywhere. Emulate me and enjoy my glory. Adored, wanted, desired. Fulfill your purpose. Live your dream.
Oh, dear heaven.
Oh, come now, Ragdoll. Do you really think that precious girl asleep back there would want to grow up in the frumpy, careworn image of her own mother? No. This is the dream, the Holy Grail, the Philosopher's Stone. Perpetual youth, aesthetic glory, adored perfection.
Right, Ted, you grab her, I'll call an ambulance.
Right you are.
Lay one finger on me, Ed, and I'll have you for sexual harassment.
What sexual harassment?
It's messing around with people who don't want to be messed about with, Edward. It's constantly hugging people who don't want to be hugged, and frankly, it's just about all you do bring to the party. Touchy-feely, too close for comfort, that's what it is, Edward.
What's she talking about, Raggy?
I am talking about the decision I have finally made. You see, I don't entirely agree with you, Combat Kev. Ragdoll actually serves a very important purpose here. She is what binds you all together. She is friendship, companionship, care. When that little girl brushes Ragdoll's hair and gives her a tea party, she's learning invaluable social skills. Hospitality, camaraderie, taking care of somebody else. And when she plays with Dolly here, she spends time with an invaluable role model. And the little boy plays with Combat Kev. He's learning resource, resilience, determination, and ingenuity, all of which will set him on the path to his glorious future. But you, Edward, what do you bring to the juvenile demographic? If you see a large carnivore in the woods, cuddle it. Hardly a good example.
But I'm a teddy. House is what I do.
I'm sorry, Edward. These two are not as young as they used to be. You can't just cuddle them all the time. They need more integrated forms of kinesthetic learning, structured programs of developmental work-play session.
Yeah, how much?
What does play stand for, Edward? Programmed learning advances youth.
I think you'll find it stands for prattling about, laughing and yelling, actually.
I'm not sure we're singing from the same hymn sheet, Edward.
I'm not sure we're talking the same language.
Then let me put it in words of one syllable for you. I am going to have a meeting with Oberon now to give him my recommendations for the rationalisation programme. Oh, I'm sorry, Edward, to tell him who will still be living here this time tomorrow. I shall be back before daybreak to implement my decision, which, as it currently stands, Edward, puts you firmly in the Oxfam bag. That is, unless by some miracle you can manage to convince me that you bring something more than hugs to the whole shebang. Have I made myself entirely clear?
Crystal.
Excellent. Well, that wraps things up for the present. Have a good night's rest, everyone, and I shall see you all early in the morning for another day's device educational frippery. Night, nights!
What happened?
I'm a broken doll, and you're